just at the bar. Bitch, we raving. We don't need a thing from y'all. Cause we're made it. We don't wait around till the lights go down. We just level up till we can't come down.
I put in a 6 while sipping a 5th. Moving so fast you can fly off my drift. You know what it is, you know who we are. I already told you that we superstar. Intergalactic for automatic. I'm on the spectrum the way I be spazzing. From the basement now we in the attic. Blazing through levels.
Yeah, boy! And we back in the building. It is your man, Mo Mackey, a.k.a. Joey Hustle. Place you muted.
I kind of want to take them back to the Duck 13 days. Round of applause for Duck 13. All these AKAs.
Yes, sir! Yeah, man.
You know, take them back to the taxi cab slide, Mackie.
You know what I'm saying? We do that taxi class slide. That's my joint, man. That's my joint. Y'all don't know about the taxi cab slide. Google that shit.
It Duck 13 taxi cab slide. Google that and you'll find a really, really dope stepping, hustling kind of song. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the big homie Oplex. Welcome to episode 83. This is the place where urban artists can be themselves. Home of the 5 deadly questions. We lit.
Yes, sir.
You know, seasons change, Mackie. You know, when we do this kind of thing in February, it's dark right now, right? But I got the blinds closed. You just see the light.
I feel you. I gotta do everything in the world to make this room dark in here. You still see the light back there.
A round of applause for it's cuffing season. We just had all the eggs out. How do you like your eggs? Scrambled, fried. That was slick, Mackie. I'll leave that there. Standing ovation to our podcast listeners and our Patreon members, man. It is what it is, yo. Like, we just appreciate that. And of course, the chat, the STB fam, standing ovation for y'all. You're watching right now. We appreciate y'all. Mad Mardigan in the building. Uni in the building. I promise you, episode 83, as we get closer to 90 years old. Wow, Mackie.
Yeah, man. Triple ARP.
Triple. Hey, you know what? Hip-hop runs the world in commercials. You know, shouts out to AARP, like triple, like, can you get a Moplex song on the commercial? We got different kinds of songs. Round of applause for that. If you're listening.
We got you.
Episode 82 was a mind blower. If you missed it, you definitely need to peep episode 82. Round of applause for Moose Harris, Crawfish, and Louisiana. Damn.
My man Moose said, I'm eating this crawfish and doing this interview. And he killed that crawfish. Man.
He killed that. You know what I mean? Like, when we do this live, we do our best to keep it professional, but Moose did put us in a situation. It's always my job, the itinerary man, to like hold it all together. And you saw where I couldn't in episode 82. Mackie, hey Moose, you eating good, huh? I couldn't hardly. It was over, bro. It was over. It was just classic over like that. And shouts out to Moose. You know, I was on Instagram and he put a TikTok post up and the text was, Moose eats crawfish during interview.
Yeah, I saw that.
Shouts out to the promotion. So somebody came in and they were like, yo, like, you still cool with them? And round of applause for engaging your followers. I came in like, Moose is good with us. Round of applause. It's the Set the Bar Mixshow. Come on back. I do want to say, like, you know what I mean? Shouts out to artists that are creating. If you're not willing to put the work in, if you come into the game just to get a bag, then this isn't the industry for you. That's how you're listening to a show of 40 years of experience. Mackie, when's the last time you had a Hot 100 song?
Yeah, man.
So we'll leave it there. If you're not willing to put the work in, you'll never make it on the Set the Bar Mix Show.
Mm-hmm.
That's why episode 83, someone's coming back. You know why he's coming back? Because he's willing to put the work in. It's the big homie Dennis. He puts the work in, and we recognize it, and that is what it is. Don't be coming here saying, I want to get on the Set the Bar Mix Show, and you know you're not ready. Respectfully, I'm going to have to tell you, keep on working, take your craft seriously, and maybe you can set the bar. Round of applause for that. Shouts out to Mardigan. Mardigan, this t-shirt, it's funny because Bush loves this t-shirt, man. I'll send you the link. It's on oplexmusic.com. You got to go to... Click on the menu, go to merch, Set the Bar Mix Show merch, and it's there, man. This is the Kente Set the Bar Mix Show. Go to oplexmusic.com if you want to get down with our merch. Mackie, for these artists, if they really want to get that mix right, where do they need to go?
MoMackieMusic.com. Mix it, master it, record it, all of that. Voiceovers, production. Music for shows, music for movies, music for pornos. I don't care.
I was going to say gentlemen's clubs and Pornhub, Mackie. Mo Mackie Music does it all. Standing ovation. I'm a client. He's my best friend and I'm a client.
You need backup music when you walking down the street. I got you.
Yo, MoMackieMusic.com is where you need to go. Artists, like, if you just want to get at us, holler at us on IG, all social media platforms at Mo Mackie Music and at Oplex Music, episode 83. And Mackie, you know, I want to give a big shout out to Valen and Stretch Money. I mean, the way they're promoting Bill and Isaiah, they will be on Shade 45 real soon. The level of promotion, Mackie, it's like they're promoting like they just started doing music, Mackie.
Bro, it's astronomical. The visuals that they coming out with, the music that they coming out with, it's dope, man. Like, kudos to them, bro. Like, if anybody needs an example of how to do it, just watch them too.
Yeah. Look up
It's great.
Stretch Money and Valid, right? Put that in your Google, Bill and Isaiah, and just see what's happening. Mackie, I actually bought the pre-order package, so I'm gonna end up getting like a tape, a record, and it's something else with that. A really good package, man. You gotta love urban indie hip hop to go ahead and break that bread. And that's on the branding for the artist. The artist also has to be out there like, hey, this is what I do. If you feel me, then the next thing you know, you'll go ahead and drop your money if you got it to just get that. Because it's not, at that point, Mackie, it's bigger than the music. I support these guys. There it is.
Right.
And we do it all the time. You got merch from artists that's been on the show. And I got merch from artists that's been on the show. I'm not sure how much merch that artists have from us on the show, but that's fine. It's about support. But in order to set the bar, you got to have dope music. After that, it is what it is. A round of applause.
And an ovation.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it is all about. Episode 18. Mackie, we got Dennis Hobbs in the building. Let's get into the drops. We got a lot to unpack this show, man. Shouts out. Round of applause for mental health. We're going to get into it in this artist showcase. We're going to get into it. Let's get into the drops, and let's get this thing wide open. Let's go.
Yo, this is Enigma September of the Enigma Sep Hour podcast. And I'm here to let y'all know, y'all need to check out my boy Mo Mackey, my man Oplex, with the Set the Bar Mixshow coming to you every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Yo, they're going to get you with not only the illest music, but also ill guests, and you got to watch out for the 5 deadly questions. It's crazy. It's just crazy. So make sure to check out my man Mo Mackey, Oplex, with the Set the Bar Mix Show. This is my official endorsement, your boy Enigma September. You got time, baby.
DJ Bush.
Turn Productions.
Hey, yeah, it's about that time. You locked in with your man DJ Bush, host of the 60-second showcase, each and every Thursday on Facebook.com/DJ Bush ENT, or on YouTube DJ Bush ENT. I appreciate the homies Mo Mackey and Oplex for this opportunity. Let me take up a little piece of their time. Y'all set the bar and y'all set that thing real high. I appreciate y'all. Let's get it.
Chat heating up. Shouts out to AP. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just get right into it. Welcome Dennis Hobbs to the Set the Bar Mix Show. He's back.
Yes, sir.
Going on.
What's good, fam?
Whew. I've been anywhere and everywhere. I've been all over the place, like literally just between work, grad school, getting things done here and there. It's been chilling for the most part, but also active, if that makes sense.
Grad school, that undergrad is one thing. And then you're like, you go into grad school, you're like, oh, it's just 2 years. And then you get inside of that thing and there's tornadoes, monsoons, all kinds of things happening.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, bye-bye. Round of applause for bye-bye multiple choice. You better speak your mind. Dennis, we're proud of you, man. I mean, it's a lot, man. You're doing probably, triple duty. I mean, you got to take care of you. You got to take care of your passions, which is the music, grad school. You're also working a job, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Round of applause for getting it from the mud. This is it.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, Dennis, this new project is really dope, man.
I appreciate it.
It's been a lot going on in your head to kick this one out, man. I'm gonna try to tap into the smallest percentile of it tonight.
Straight up.
You ready for the 5 daily questions? You know what I mean?
Let's get to it.
All right. Are you scared?
No. I mean,
Okay.
I'm chilling.
All right, let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he said he's not scared. Welcome to the 5 deadly questions.
Giant anacondas, as all this time. They never harmed those who were pure of heart. What about everybody else?
Episode 83, Dennis Hobbs, hanging out with Moplex in the snake's den. Question number 1. A big snake comes out into the den. Who has the better flow? Just hold tight on the flow. Chat what you got on this. It's not as easy as you think it is. Eminem or Busta Rhymes? The flow. I don't care about lyrics. I don't want to hear about who has the better bars. Who has the better flow?
The better flow. I'm gonna have to go with M on that one.
Busta Rhymes not able to survive a 5 deadly question. Round of applause for Detroit hip hop. Eminem survives. Okay. I know how you feel. I know how you feel about him. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put that out there because Busta Rhymes does have one of those incredible flows. Mackie, what we got, man?
Conscious rap. Late 90s, early 2000s. Who did it better, and who do you think did more to inspire artists and the people in a positive light? Lauryn Hill or Common Sense?
Whoa.
See,
golly.
I feel like this is gonna be the question that's gonna get me like
Is that the anaconda?
That's gonna get me out the paint. But it's reasoning behind it. And
Okay.
I'm going off the strength of longevity. But also,
hold on. I want to make sure this is it. Mackie, you're asking for positive impact. Two femcs who had the more positive impact to the culture. Somebody ain't gonna survive. Wow.
Okay, you know what? I had an answer, but I think I'm gonna switch it up at the last second because when we talk about impact and just people who, like, a person whose name gets mentioned, you know, through and through as time passes on, like, this is an example of what positive impact looks like. I gotta go with Lauryn Hill.
The round of applause. Round of applause for Lauryn Hill.
Shout out to Lauryn.
Looks like the Marleys and Wyclef did her dirty, man. But then it's nothing like the score. It's nothing like it.
Fuji.
Fugees. Round of applause for the Fugees. That's GOAT talk. Speaking of FemCs, who has the overall? In fact, who is the overall better FemC, Eve or Little Kim? Overall here, everything. Overall. Who's the overall better FemC, Eve or Little Kim?
I got to go with Lil Kim on that one.
Kim for the win.
Kim for the win. Shouts out to Lil Kim. Eve not able to survive a 5 deadly question. You know, Mackie, sometimes when they first come into the 5 deadly questions, sometimes Jay-Z took a lot of L's. You just take an L in the 5 deadly questions. No matter how big you are, you will fall in the 5 deadly questions. Round of applause for that.
Yeah.
Mackie, what we got?
You know, when I was coming up, it was one thing that really mattered when you was in your car. And that was the bass, right? The song had to be hitting hard. So, with that being said, what era do you think did it better? As far as the bass, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s.
Wow.
Yeah.
The bass?
The bass.
Like in the car, like straight bumping.
Yeah.
80s, 90s, and then going into the 21st century?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's tough.
Listen,
Well, it's a question I don't have to answer.
Listen, a lot of what I grew up on and like just the music that was impactful for me came from the 2000s, so I gotta go with the 2000s.
That's a round of applause for the 21st century.
I think.
Wow, what a question, Mackie. Shouts out to you on that. That's a tough one, man. I don't know.
I think a lot of people would agree with that, though. The 2000s. I think a lot of people
I think when it comes to like trap rap and 808s, man, like, I mean, it takes me back to like Luke, Magic Mike, and all those guys. And I don't know, man. Like, like round of applause for trap rap. Like some of the 808, like the 808s be going ham on trap. Like, period. And I like it. All right, a little hip hop trivia. Taking you back here, Dennis. Kool Moe Dee, Big Daddy Kane, Ice-T, and Melly Mel appeared on what legendary producer's 1990 song, Back on the Block? Taking you back, man.
If I had a white flag, I would wave it right now.
Okay, so think. All right, I got to give you a hint. Let me give you a hint. Think legendary producer. Think. Golly, it's hard. One of the biggest black producers ever. He started off arranging music, selling sheets of music for the horn sections and sections of a band. And it starts with a Q. Starts with a Q. That's all the hints I can give you. This is a tough hip hop trivia, but that Q says a lot. Not too many legendary producers' names start with a Q.
This is true. I'm gonna take a swing and I'm gonna say Q-Tip.
That is a good. That's a good round of applause for Q-Tip. But the answer is Quincy Jones.
Hey!
Look that up. Look that up. If y'all watching in the chat, Back on the Block. Big Daddy Kane, Ice-T, Melly Mel, produced by Quincy Jones. Shouts out to Quincy. Quincy know what hip hop is.
That was a good guess, though.
Great guess. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Hobbs successfully survives the 5 deadly questions we lit. Episode 83. Let's go. Dennis, we got this new album out, man. I love it. I absolutely love this album. And it's called Indecisive, the 30s version. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Artist Showcase. Round of applause. We about to find out what's going on.
Yeah. Let's get into it. So Dennis, on this first song we're going to play, it feels like you are continuously being open about your fan base, your struggles, not a lot of flossing with your music. Talk to me about Donuts On and how this is one of those songs that, you know, you had to bring in other artists to get your point across. Let the fans know what you and the homies are conveying on this song before we play it.
All right, so Donuts on 100K is basically myself and 4 other people. Actually, we're all a part of a group called Happy Hour. Is myself, is my brother, and 3 other cousins actually. So this is like that family thing that I was referring to.
It's all in the bloodline.
Previous episodes, like that was us, you know, getting together and wanting to, you know, hop on a song together because we used to do it very often, like when we were younger, like, you know, like maybe 10 years ago, something like that. It's crazy how time flies, but
yeah.
We had just, and to kind of give a little backstory, if we got time.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Indecisive. So Indecisive was originally released in 2020. It initially was on SoundCloud, and what I wanted to do with this, the reason it's called, you know, 30s version, not only did I turn 30 this year, but I wanted Indecisive to be on, you know, on DSPs, like, you know, all the DSPs outside of SoundCloud, like the ones that like Spotify, Apple Music, etc.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be on that because that was such a special project to me. And it was, you know, it was before Brightside, it was before Put Me Last. It was, you know, the origin, and I wanted to go in and like really just re-record, and, you know, because I couldn't use every beat. So like that's kind of how this 30s version thing came about.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, you know, I wanted to breathe new life into it because I feel like I wanted it to get its due, a better quality, a better everything. And Donuts on 100K is one of those songs where it's like, yeah, it definitely feels that. It definitely gave me that good feeling of being able to, you know, get everybody together and get everybody to bring what they can. Now, the title, the title of the song actually came from a joke, and it was our younger cousin, and he was playing Fortnite, and we were just chilling, and then he was just like, yeah, I'm going Donuts on 100K, and like it just
is that like how old is he? Is that new slang ebonics that we need to be on? Donuts on 100K?
I mean, maybe he was like 8. I want to say.
Shouts out to the cuz. He's on it. The future.
Yeah, so I just had to take that and sample it.
I feel that. Wow. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 83, the Set the Bar Mixshow, the Artist Showcase. Let's get into the first song of the night, a song entitled Donuts on 100K, Band Crazy.
Here we go.
They say you gotta get out of hell for people to see your reverence. I ain't talking sliding a beat when I tell you get to step in. Don't waste your time telling me about a preference. So much time nitpicking and not observing a blessing. I was told don't live in fear, and that shit was a message. Keeping my day-to-day life on point like your edges. Confidence real heavy, I wear that shit like a necklace.
100K, bro.
Too many times over, I had to count the sacrifices. Spent so much time solo, it's hard to try and ignore the vices. But it's safe to say that they elevate, keep me at my highest. All about my bread, you can never force a keto diet. Trying not to put too much on my ego, but I wanna make the most of my kingdom and just feeling regal. It's like every other day, somebody crashing out while I stay on the straight and narrow. Boy, in that 25 like Leo. You see I'm on my feet, not recording took a toll. We was looking for some queens that may have wanted to be chose, but it was all the wrong fees, so we focused less on the whole. I was out here crossing my T's, trying not to stunt my growth. Find work from overseas, they look and be like goals, but in the back of my mind, gotta hope I struck gold. High school reunion didn't happen, but can't say I'm feeling old. Look at me figuring it out instead of choosing to fold.
If I was the king that I categorize the sea of the people I plan to meet when I'm finally at my peak, but a mountain can never see just how high I'm planning to be. Cause calculating my ability, something you can't conceive or process. I love to just digress, cause it let me let go of the world, which is nonsense. And if it don't make sense, the people won't make sense. But if this make me sense, then I guess it's time well spent. But I guess that's what they all say. How can the world be blacker than the guy from Allstate? And the people ain't in good hands cause choices they make. But I guess it's out of my hands, and that is no pun intended. Cause the world made me feel okay. Cause I fight for what's right in my own right. The whole world ain't ever been on my side. The way I type or write, it never had to fit my style. My calligraphy crooked, but philosophy is just right. Am I right?
Get you some money, start the hatred. I'm constantly chasing paper. I started down at the bottom. I calculated and waited. I took off, I know they hated. Your pocket small, they deflated. DJ asked me for a verse. I said, don't worry, I'm waiting for the right time to spit it. I told him that we gon' get it. The money stacking itself. Now the top is where we gon' finish. Got my stock up. I took a break and got my guap up. Keep speaking on the king, you gon' regret it when I pop up. Yeah, I'm like that. Me and your girl will be right back. I need it for the night. Tomorrow, come and get your wife back. That's crazy. I'm here to take the mic back. You thought you was the best, but I'm the best. I'm who goes right back. I'm cocky. Don't you hate me, not me, or block me. It's okay to wanna be me. I prefer if you don't copy, start the capping. You knew that you was lacking. I'm focused on getting paper, just be happy. I'm not rapping.
Just violating my ice like that on
100K, bro.
They wild disrespectful.
I'm sitting at home trying to get this paper, watching LeBron on TV with the Lakers. Went to Miami to see the horse racing. Came back home to collect my paper. Sipping on Patron, got me so tipsy. Rest in peace, my boy Nipsey. You never seen a donut running on the track. Coffee slowed them down, they get too fat. Health-wise, make everybody crazy. This country on lockdown, they getting so lazy. Getting to the facts, we are in trouble. The sentence making us work to score a triple-double. I'm just trying to get us out the bubble. Aha, we ain't trying to struggle. It's so much we could juggle. We ain't at strip club, we at Bible study.
I love how y'all just let that beat breathe on the hook. Yeah, that was dope.
You feel like as you continue to mature with your craftsmanship with the music, it leads to more vulnerability, does?
Yeah, I always like when it came to like the 3 projects that I did, this one included, like I started with vulnerability. If anything, I may have got a little too vulnerable at times. But it's like I wanted to, open that door for it to
Yeah.
be easy for me to express. And sometimes, it definitely did get like one of the things that I always heard about this project was that it's definitely mad personal.
Yeah,
But I
it
feel
is.
like
It is.
I needed to express myself and make it be where I can feel a sense of openness in not only just my personal battles and personal journey to get to being my best self, but I feel like it was very important to talk about a lot of the things that I did.
Like, your therapist came up on this project for sure again, right? Because I know the last project you mentioned your therapist, and I think speaking on mental health, I'm wondering, can you speak on the value of a therapist? The therapist isn't the end all be all, but it's important. I think especially in Black culture, I think I met a lot of peers that are familiar with a therapist, have had a therapist, but I honestly feel like the quality of the session, right, is going to be how real you're being with yourself.
Right.
And if you have a good therapist. And I've heard horror stories of like, couldn't really last with the person. You kind of open up, but it just wasn't a good fit. And I understand that can happen. But the contrast of you being able to get on a beat and express yourself, and then compared to going to the therapist. Talk to me about how that all plays out, like issues in your life. You got a session and then you get feedback from your therapist, and then the next thing you know, you're in the booth. Talk to me about how that all interacts.
So it's basically just a matter of like, because not everything starts in therapy
Okay.
with me. Like I always find myself like, I write I like write what I'm feeling. Most of the
Yeah.
times it translates into the music, oddly enough. Like it what happens is that when it's time for me to go to therapy, I feel like, I have that extra layer of expression for the things that, I may not talk about, which is usually rare because I consider myself an open book
You,
when it comes to like
I
what
mean, this album, man, and just like, I mean, the 30s is there. Yeah, you're wide
yeah.
open, man.
Like I even like the fact that there's even a song talking about the first time that I pursued going to therapy. Like it's definitely it had to start somewhere.
Let's dive deeper there. We don't have to get into the specificity of what happened, but when that moment hit, like, I need to go see somebody else. Like, what caused you, not the content of what happened, but what in you made you say, I need another take on this?
I just wanted to I feel like at the time I was being very stagnant and I didn't know which direction I wanted my life to go in. I was in a very stagnant place. A lot of the things that were going on, it just kept me in a place that I felt stuck.
Okay.
And I was
Okay.
like,
You talked to mom and pops about it and still stuck. Because I'm just thinking about, other important people you could talk to. Like, you know what I mean? Before the therapist comes in.
yeah, the talking to family can be a very slippery slope at times.
The round of
because they don't
applause for that.
understand.
Round of applause for that. This is Mental Health, Dennis Hobbs, Indecisive, the 30. We're here. Talk to me about the challenges when you talk to family, man.
It's a lot of I can only tell you like most people they don't necessarily, in the Black family, they don't necessarily believe in therapy. Majority of them have like a kind of like go pray about it kind of attitude, or just like just something that's like not as, I won't say not as supportive, but not as understanding of the process of you wanting to unpack the things that you go through from an unbiased perspective.
Round of applause for that. Wow. From an unbiased perspective. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for mom and dad. It is hard for mom and dad to, view their kids' current situation as like objectively. It is. It's difficult. I'm a parent, so I know. You know what I mean? Mackie?
Oh, yeah. I know. I tell him straight up. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to that therapist.
Hey,
I'm gonna make the situation worse. You know what I'm saying?
and also, Dennis, I would compliment your point by saying, you know what I mean? Like, I know for a fact, my parents, baby boomers, they have been through hell and back. Like, they've had a whole life, they're hanging out late 70s at this point, and no therapy. None. Do you know what I mean? They march. Round of applause. They march. My dad marched with Dr. King. They were in the fight.
Yeah.
But I mean, these are things that we need to talk about, right? Because when you're like about the culture, you're definitely there to get like hosed down by like a fire hydrant hose. Like the fire squad comes, you're there for it. But then after that's over, you go back to the meetings like, well, we got to march again. And that process, Dennis, what happens, right? You just kind of ice your veins, because it hurts to see your homie get bit by a German Shepherd. It hurts to see people that you love get hosed down, and you're like, man, that could have been me. No therapy. You just buckle all that up and march again. Round of applause for the baby boomers. That's what you do. It's tough. I think that could play into when they look at their progeny, Dennis. You see what I'm saying? It's like, they're like, y'all got it a little easy. And that becomes bias. Like, no, we did. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got it good.
Yep. It's really a battle of who had it harder.
Right, which is not a healthy rubric. It's not.
Right. Yeah, because that's not what it's even about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
Who had it harder? Round of applause. Episode 83, Mental Health. Dennis Hobbs. We're kicking mental health in the ass. It's just awareness.
Shouts out DJ Glib Styles. He says his track Dead Flies is on the new Boom Bap Soul show that dropped this morning. So make sure y'all check that out.
Round of applause. DJ Glib Style, it's about time you come back around. Whoa. Yeah, Glib Style, that's
y'all see that.
Yo, I was listening, I was rolling out and I was listening to Bobby Digital, and he's got this song and he's like, say what you want to say. It's like, we want to do what we want to do, eat what we want to eat. He was like, and play our song on the radio without having to pay the DJ. Round of applause. Dennis Hobbs, episode 83, the Set the Bar Mixshow, the place where urban indie artists can be themselves. Let's get into song number 2 of the night, a song entitled Soundtrack.
Here we go.
Third grade, they carried me along the way. Grew up a bad kid, so being good felt out of place. Some people didn't think it would work, but I still stayed. So many school changes, didn't know where to behave. It was the start of something good, built a bond with the other side on a consistent level. And it's crazy how the stars align. Would've never knew I was a poet and ran laps to a success story, cause who knows if I'd even rap. Gracious, grateful, thankful, memories made. You and Grandma L did so much for the city, y'all deserve the parade. Didn't think I'd have to go down this avenue and be on this page, but hope y'all having a good rest up there seeing all the roads you paved. So who you rockin' with? Had to take a second to unpack a lot of shit. Got a newfound confidence, no cockiness. Learned if it ain't gonna be me, then who's stopping it? This beat sound like some shit I think my people too. How selfish would it be if I didn't give flowers to the people who helped me out but will be here all night? So I'ma charge it to the game, cause I know people got shit to do. To the ones that slept on me, I hope it ain't a serta. My ex turned out to be no different from the people who heard her. Sometimes you gotta take a step back to discover purpose. At first you probably think it's like getting away with murder, becoming some steps closer to attacking the goals I set for myself. But lately it's been a disaster, you know. Sometimes it takes bad things to put you back on your toes. And if you ever step on my shit, hope it splash on your clothes. I'm pretty reloaded, had to step back and get it in motion. I'm way too focused, had to remind myself. How many times am I gonna say I looked in the mirror to remind myself that I'm that nigga? Even though that ain't my term of endearment, but since we here, we might as well go and get it clear. Man, it really ain't the year, but let me remember what life was like before I got to a point where I wish that I was near. In any proximity, the person that got his shit together. Probably why I look at my problems just like whatever. So much bad shit on the news, it's like we'll never win. Trying not to go back to having the smallest things. Seem like it's something I put too much merit in. I like positive words, them shits really be heaven sent. But that shows you who really cares, it's evident. Just don't confuse my steps back with negligence. Sometimes I gotta reflect on where I'm at again, or else I wouldn't have made the time to put the time in. Damn near kinda killed the concept of sliding this up. I'm with a dime, I'm in the process of sliding in. Hold on, my bad. You know how my mind might get unhinged like Georgia Smith's old comments. Hold the camera on me, but it's not that content. Hoping they don't shoot, cause you know this environment. I'm just trying to win. And if there's too much to ask, then I won't ask again. I got the answers and it took me picking up this pen to realize this next chapter some shit we gotta mend. Gotta remember losses before and after. When going through hell, it's like you gotta run through faster. Me sitting through a podcast ain't the only reason that I resume laughter. You can never write me off, I think I wrote so much. 3 albums in 3 years, ask me if I took a week off. Safe to say it's God behind the mask though, and I'm grateful. Went from at one point on to never feeling more alive. What more could you ask for? Crazy times had me uncertain on what to call it. Mad people just came and went, but I'm here, so it ain't all that awful. Living life so indecisive, I came across all of the thoughts about how we would try and write this and make it all come out flawless. I'm freestyling at this point. Purpose of optimism, I think I found that I'm in a decent mood, so pardon me if I sound mad. And ever since I decided to get up and go to therapy, I roll with the punches in life for the sake of a good soundtrack, bitch.
Shouts out to you for that one, man.
Yeah.
You know, Fire in the Hole, Spicy Talk, episode 83. I was on the line with my dad, man. It's just like the N-bomb is just like, for my dad personally, it's like, it's the end-all reason that like the black culture is not successful, is because there's a heavy population that use the N-bomb. You, in this song, said, you know what I mean? You were kind of like, I'm that N, but I use it as kind of like a term of endearment. I'm wondering, what's your thoughts? Let me give you mine first. I don't use it a lot. I rarely say it. When I do think about the N-bomb, sometimes it comes up. If I'm watching the news and a 20-year-old mugs a 70-year-old woman, it just automatically hits my mind. You know, it'd be like, and you know, I don't say it, right? And so for me, you know what I mean? Like, it's, when I think of the term, it's actually in a negative context. I don't think the N-bomb is the end-all, be-all to the black culture, that the fact that we use it. I don't use it a lot. I don't think it's the best word to say. White people get scared, and some white people feel that they can use it and may get assaulted by using the word. It's really one of the most polarized words in the world. Talk to me about that line.
Here's the crazy thing, right? So the line was so the line said, even though it ain't my term of endearment.
Okay.
Now, what I will say
Like you
about,
say, I'm that dude, but it's not my. I got you.
yeah, it ain't my like go to. I feel like for me, it's so many other words. Now I will say though, it's funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Spicy talk. This is Set the Bar Mixshow. Mackie, don't get scared, Mackie.
I will
You
say
next.
though, it is funny because I not saying that I stay away from it per se,
Okay.
but it's not necessarily my term of endearment. I mean, it's not my go-to. But one thing that I do think is funny, like when I do use it, on the No Static podcast, like we came to the agreement that Apocalypse from X-Men is a hotel.
Oh.
And we have this like running joke where we just like, if it's just something like wow happening or just something like kind of like you said, like just something crazy or something, we have this tendency to just be like, you niggas, but it's in like in the Apocalypse voice, basically.
Hey, yo, I don't know what happened. I know that we're moving towards a round of applause for diversity and inclusiveness. We're here. Like, you know what I mean? But that movie wasn't all the way Marvel. I think it was like Marvel and Universal Studios, and it was Apocalypse. And he was always black in the comics, but they had him as a white guy. And I was just confused.
He has all the makings of a hotel.
Look. Apocalypse touches down. Magneto got scared. Sorry about that. I don't know how many round of applause for comic books. Shouts out to Gangsterville, the big homie. I'm laughing so hard at the Apocalypse joke.
I know, right? Because I could just see that. I could just see Apocalypse saying that.
Like if Apocalypse comes out, like, you niggas, we all might disappear. Everybody, white, black, Asian. Round of applause. It's Apocalypse. Doomsday. Awesome. That'll probably be the only clip they can catch me using the M-bomb. It's in context, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Enlightenment. Do you meditate? Before we get into this next song, let's talk about that. Curious.
I need to start. I've been trying to I did like a guided meditation session one time.
Okay.
And I've kind of here and there I've done it, but like not to the extent that I should. I probably feel like I'll be a lot better off if I did that more.
Like the heaviest lift, I've done it on and off, and I'm at a point right now where I'm doing it 3 to 4 times out of 7 days. The heaviest lift is really just taking the time. I'm literally just sitting for 7 minutes. We're in a 24-hour day. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it takes consistency to develop the habit. And what's happening, right, is that meditation can lead you to enlightenment, but you're really understanding the inherent nature of your mind. How your mind, while you're just trying to woosah, will be like, I got to pay rent. What's up with laundry? Like, and you go back to your breath and you start learning like, man, my mind is this like 2050 Tesla that is just ready to get stabbed on the gas. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
As soon as you stab it, it's fast. You're like, you mess around in meditation and be like, oh, I'm thinking about thinking. I'm thinking about thinking. Round of applause. Because you got to think, but when you start thinking about thinking, Man, I love the growth. I love the work that you're putting in. The reason I said that earlier about putting in the work, man, like you said, 3 albums, 3 years. You know what I mean? If you're not putting in the work, like it's hard to set the bar if you're not putting in the work. You do it consistently and you're really good at it. And I feel blessed to be a fan of you, man, because I actually see the growth on every project, man, from how you're picking your beats to the cadence, everything. Song number 3 of the night, ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Hobbs in the building. Mental health, way on the platform, and a little bit of comic books. You never know what happens, Mackie.
Set the bar, baby.
We're setting the bar. Song number 3, a song entitled Enlightenment. Let's get into it.
Here we go.
I've been preaching being optimistic, cause I know to be a pessimist you ain't living. Taking risks just to run up digits, just to be exquisite. I can take what I'm giving, stepping in and face the algorithm, just to free my mind from the mental prison. Times so tough, I just know we all ready to just look back like we did it. And that's how we do. When I say that we made it, I'm over here practicing for me and you. But baby, guess what? I'm the glue, so they can't say it wasn't a perfect picture. The type to cut everybody off, guess your mama didn't take it out to run with scissors. Just know I'ma be what I will be, and not what anybody says I should be. And I'm well aware of what I could be, not just a place to say where you could put me. Some of the thoughts didn't know where to put these. Couple thoughts I might have 2 or 3, but it's straight that number, so I'm pushing. And I might just be doing it for me, but it's okay, I work hard to go crazy, every night. Cause you know what they say, about life, but it's really what you make it, am I right? Even if you gotta say, the same thing twice. Even if you gotta say, the same thing twice. Really, I'm just here to play, so roll the dice. Till we get right, we gon' wait, put a light. Cause we about to get it right. I'm in my bag, bitch. I'm talking that cash shit, like I never had shit. Cause we about to get it right. Always on sad shit, all of this bad shit. Need to get it over with, cause we about to get it right. I think I'm over it. I done had enough of it. I'm just like, fuck this shit, cause we about to get it right. My only request is that we try to find some excitement. Gotta get enlightened, making way for good life. We waiting just for the right time to get everyone right back to it. All of them nights not doing shit, like trying to get rice on a toothpick. The way that we try to get things to stick.
Dennis Hobbs on the Set the Bar Mixshow, episode 83, Indecisive, available where you stream music, the 30s version. In fact, Hobbs wrapping this thing up, man. Let us know what's next, man. I mean, you did 3 albums in 3 years. What's up next? And give your shout outs before we get out of here.
I mean, from here, I'm chilling. Like, I think that was
round of applause for knowing when to cut the creativity off when you get busy. Love it. It's fair, man.
Yeah, like I'm chilling. I mean, you know, maybe a song here and there down the line, but I like as far as like a new body of work, like I think with the way Put Me Last You'll Feel Me first ended, I think that's like the perfect closure for now.
I agree. Yeah. Take a break, man. You done earned a little percentage of your retirement fund being an urban indie artist. How about that? Yeah, you can sit back for a minute, man, and you know, and still market what's out there, man. While you're chilling, still kind of push. You're not, you know, in the studio, so you put the links out, and you know what I mean. Engage the fan base, man.
Facts. And I want to, speaking of shout outs, I just want to shout out at everybody that's, you know, press play on anything that I've, put out, gave any type of feedback, just
Absolutely.
gave an ear to any capacity, like everybody that's like helped me as a part of, this project, other projects, Happy Hour, my team, Sabrina Movitz, who assisted me on Easy. Just shout out to, everybody that's, been in my corner.
That's what's
overall, and it still is in my corner.
That's what's up. Round of applause for loyalty and support, man. Mackie, episode 83, man. We keep pushing. What you got on this, man, before we get out of here?
Yo, shouts out to you, Dennis Hobbs. Another dope project. Fire. I can't wait to listen to this in the morning when I go to the gym again. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know, but your music is great for the gym. So if y'all listening out there and y'all work out like I work out, put this in your ears when you're working out. Shouts out to everybody in the chat, man. We got love for y'all. Y'all are always showing love to the artists, to us. We appreciate that. Make sure you cop the album. You put it on your playlist. Make sure you also cop the merch. If artists got that merch out there, support your independent artists. We do this for y'all because we love y'all, and we know y'all tired as hell of all this shit they putting on the radio. So.
Standing ovation for that. Gets a little boring out there.
Yeah. That's all I got, though. What you got playing?
Listen, man, there's a song on this album that went to, Dookie shooting, sucking out ovaries. It's really interesting. And so make sure you check out Indecisive from Dennis Hobbs, the 30s version. It's really a dope project. Dennis, I'm just saying, bro.
Shout out to my uncle.
Round of applause for family.
If I don't do nothing else, I want to put a name on that because that was not me going into detail.
That sound like some shit the uncle would say though. That's definitely the uncle, bro.
Like 60.
Yeah, man. Like no groceries. Like that's a Dookie shoot, but the sucking out ovaries, we do that. It really interesting angle. Round of applause for Unc again. I never looked at it like that. I never looked at it that way. And Mackie, no worries. I'll make sure to click the explicit box when I upload it to the podcast it's what I normally do. Ladies and gentlemen, shouts out to Dennis Hobbs. He's going to keep coming back around. He's taking a vacation. So if you like, I want Dennis back on, I'll make sure to let you guys know when he's thinking about making music again. Give the man a break. Round of applause for that. He's been busy.
Yeah. He's got 3 years of work. It'll hold you over.
It'll hold you over. Just catch up. Mackie, appreciate you. I appreciate the chat. Everyone that follows the place where urban indie artists can be themselves, home of the 5 deadly questions. It's a movement. It's bigger than just this hour. Peace, love, and music on top. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Ghosts.
And we don't just have to ball. Bitch, we raving. We don't need a thing from y'all. Cause we're made it. We don't wait around till the lights go down. We just level up till we can't come down.
I put in a 6 while sipping a 5th. Moving so fast you can fly off my drip. You know what it is, you know who we are. I already told you that we superstars. Intergalactic for automatic. I'm on the spectrum the way I be spazzing. From the basement, now we in the attic.